From the state-of-the-art UBC studios in Kampala, this is News Tonight.
Coming to you live from our UBC state-of-the-art studios. This is News Tonight, and I'm Patricia Lokoma.
My name is Sandra Kaundagawa. Pleasure to have your company.
And of course, in sign language, we will be later on joined by Elizabeth Nakakoni there to interpret the sign language there for you. But first and foremost, Sandra, 2017 PLE results are back, and it looks like boys, are leading the girls.
Well, it's amazing. I should congratulate the boys out there,
and it is the ladies' night.
Wow, very interesting. Tonight is the ladies' night, Patricia.
Well, let's dig into the technicalities of this bulletin. President Yoweri Museveni has appealed to the people of Kasese and Rwenzori region to embrace peace and shun the endless wars and conflicts that have characterized the region, causing degradation of the development of the region, loss of lives and wealth.
Well, the president said that although the Rwenzori region is blessed with abundant resources that include a great agricultural potential, tourism potential, opportunities, minerals that are crucial for industrialization, and a brilliant as well as hard-working population, the endless war and the conflict that have characterized the region have hindered the development of this region.
He was the chief guest at the fundraising function for the construction of Rwenzori Seventh-day Adventist Church and Mentoring Center for the Rwenzori Adventist field. We do have details.
President Yoweri Museveni has strongly appealed to the people of Kasese and the Rwenzori region to embrace peace and shun the endless wars and conflicts that have characterized the region, causing retardation to the development of the region, loss of lives and wealth. The president said that although the Rwenzori region is blessed with abundant resources that include great agricultural potential, tourism opportunities, minerals, and are crucial for industrialization and brilliant and hard-working population, the endless wars and conflicts that have characterized the region have hindered the development of the region. The president made the call in Kasese municipality, where he was chief guest at the fundraising function for the construction of the Rwenzori Seventh-day Adventist Church and Mentoring Center in the Rwenzori Adventist field.
Na obusinga bwa Rwenzururu ekigambo ekyo ky'obusinge mukiteekamu amaani hareka okubaho abakuleeta obutwa bakabuta mu businga bukatwiha omuganda kyakweta omuramwa okuteshura abanyankoni bageta okuteshura to disorient
Mr. Museveni said that although some conflicts in the past, like the Rwenzururu movement, were justifiable because they were for the self-determination and against the oppression and marginalization of the Bakonzo under the Toro Kingdom leadership, since this was achieved and a new order put in place, there was no need for continued conflict between the people of the Rwenzori region. He therefore appealed to the people of Rwenzori region to forget the negative past, embrace reconciliation in line with national resistance movement ideology, and work for development of the region and the country.
Nibasawa mwena mukorero businge amahega hano mu rusozi tena kushobora kuruga Kongo kujya kusutabura hano aba batembekere yu Kongo betogeza kujya kuno kusutabura nibasigara hano tubakugarukaye.
He appealed to religious leaders to take a leading role in this reconciliation process in line with Cardinal God's commandment that says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. President Museveni attributed the problems of the Rwenzori region to greed, selfishness, and ego-centralism on the side of some people in the region, and said that the vices must be fought and get rid of in society.
Nabwo ekyo ekikorwa letere bizibu hano n'uburyomu okwetekerezaho takutekereza hari mugenzuwe. Selfishness, egocentrism.
He welcomed the proposed dialogue with all stakeholders in order to find lasting peace in the region. President, who in the past contributed 100 million shillings towards the construction of the church and mentoring center, further pledged 200 million shillings towards the completion of the project that will cost the SDA church 5 billion shillings on completion. He also auctioned a heifer at 10 million shillings. The State Minister for Agriculture, Mr. Christopher Chibazanga, asked the people of Rwenzori region to stop the cycle of violence that has characterized the region that he has been a victim of since he was young.
We are being here, Your Excellency, in this point in time, whereby the Rwenzori region we have had a lot of challenges for the last 4 years. So you are being here on this holy land. It's a sign of reconciliation. It's a sign of peace building. It's a sign of realization that we must coexist as the people, and that the people of Rwenzori, that the people of Uganda, that the people of the Rwenzori Kingdom are an integral part of Uganda.
He particularly asked the religious leaders to guide the people in this endeavor. He thanked President Museveni for always embracing and preaching reconciliation. The Archbishop of the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Uganda called upon leaders to always avoid bad assessment of situations in society, have the courage to defend what is right, have the high level of self-esteem, avoid pessimism, do away with the status quo mentality, and desist from distracting God's work.
The key number one for personal and collective success and progress is for God's people to be investigative and being on the lookout to capture opportunities. God wants us to explore the opportunities which are around us.
UBC TV, Harriet Nambi.
Well, that is the Rwenzori region. They are being cautioned to embrace peace. Now, still with President Yoweri Museveni, today he has received and held a meeting with Dr. Ahmed El Tigani Al Mansouri, an envoy of the Emir of Sharjah in the United Arab Emirates, who called on him at State House, Nakasero.
Well, Dr. Ahmed El Tigani Al Mansouri is also chairman of the Chamber of Commerce of Sharjah and the chief executive of the Uganda Arab Emirates' largest dairy company, Nabi. Uganda's ambassador to the United Arab Emirates, Ms. Nimisha Madhavani, accompanied the UAE entrepreneur.
President Museveni warmly welcomed him to Uganda and assured him that the government of Uganda will locate land to invest, on which he will set up a model farm for modern farming and factories for food and fruit processing.
State Minister for Animal Industry, Honorable Joy Kabatasi, Uganda Chamber of Commerce President, Ms. Olive Zainab Chigongo, and the Secretary to the Treasury, Keith Mahakanizi, among others, attended the meeting.
And in the Prime Minister's office, the Prime Minister, Dr. Ruhakana Rugunda, has urged the Turkana and Pokot communities of Kenya to live harmoniously with their Karamojong brothers and sisters in Uganda as a way of promoting the spirit of the East African community.
Well, the Premier was meeting the Kenyan delegation led by the governors of Turkana County, Josephat and Nanok, together with his West Pokot counterpart, Professor John Dianyonga Apoa. We have more in this report.
The Ministry of Karamoja Affairs has been holding a series of security meetings to address the problems of cattle rustling and killings between the Turkana and the Karamojong. This meeting held in Kampala was organized to review resolutions of earlier meetings held in Karamoja. The Prime Minister, Dr. Rugunda, asked the leaders on both sides to ensure that communities on both sides live in peace and harmony.
You move this side peacefully and vice versa. And this type of relationship by the population, in my view, we should congratulate the Wananchi, the people, for being able to get local solutions to local problems.
Some of the resolutions made during the meeting include Uganda government allowing the Turkana and the Pokot communities to graze their animals in Uganda due to the dry season. They also agreed to ensure that no Kenyan pastoralists crosses into Uganda territory with illegal guns. The Joint Border Commission was tasked to expedite the survey and demarcation of Uganda-Kenya border to ensure proper administration in those areas. The Kenyan government was also urged to deploy their security personnel along the major grazing corridors. The meeting, which was chaired by the Minister for Karamoja Affairs, John Bagambi, was also attended by members of Parliament from Karamoja sub-region and Turkana County and Pokot County officials. Apollo Munginda, UBC News.
Well, those are some of the activities regarding the Prime Minister's office. Now, in more news tonight, school administrators and parents have expressed mixed reactions towards UNEB's withholding of examination results. UNEB has withheld over 25,500 primary leaving examination results over malpractices in the 2017 exams. Well, a reporter has more of this.
Ministry of Education and Sports has released primary leaving examination results for 2017 candidates. Results indicate increased number of girls than boys. Of the 646,190 candidates who sat, 90.9% passed. Candidates' performance was better in social studies at 94.6% and integrated science at 88.3%. Mathematics registered a drop in performance at distinction level and an improvement at credit and pass. English and mathematics were poorly done, although examiners report an improvement in candidates' layout of work.
Look at English language, we observe that there has been a decline in the performance. At grade 2, that is a distinction pass, the number of candidates who are able to pass with a distinction has declined from 11.5 in 2016 to 4.5% this year. Performance of candidates were poor in those questions where candidates are expected to apply knowledge. There are questions in mathematics requiring the candidates to use their everyday experiences, going to the market with a certain amount of money, buying certain items at different prices, and the child is being asked, how much did you spend in all? If you were asked to pay only so much, what discount were you given by the shopkeeper? These are experiences which are within the realm of our children, but these are the kind of questions that we found candidates were not doing well.
The Minister for Education and Sports, Janet Kataha Museveni, released the results. She attributes poor performance to candidates' failure to handle practical applications, saying it appears they are taught much theory.
The teaching appears to be theoretical and emphasizes drilling of candidates. Teachers must therefore refocus the methods of teaching to ensure that learners are able to apply knowledge to their real life surroundings. These are the skills our children need in the 21st century, and they must be acquired at school.
The results have also indicated a failure rate of 9.1% from 10 districts of Kwen, Bukwo, Tororo and Kayunga. The chairperson, Uganda National Examinations Board, Professor Mary Okwakol, says conducting pre-registration tests in poor-performing districts reduced the number of candidates of 2017.
These districts, the pupils were subjected to what was called a pre-registration test administered centrally by the districts. Those who did not score a predetermined mark were not allowed to register for the PLE. Tests which increases dropouts and should stop. This must stop. It should stop immediately. There should be no pre-registration tests or exams within both the public and private schools. Districts instead must put in place mechanisms to ensure effective teaching throughout the primary education cycle in order to achieve good PLE results.
There was also a disparity in performance between urban and rural schools. Examination results of 2,559 candidates have been withheld due to malpractice. Ministry of Education will deregister teachers who engage in malpractice. 2017 primary leaving examination results are now out, but despite districts in eastern Uganda conducting pre-registration tests, the trend of poor performance has not changed. It is hoped that with initiatives by government and programs by development partners, performance will improve. I'm Nafka Farida, reporting in Kampala.
Well, thank you so much, Farida Nafka, there for that great story. And 90.9%, well, a great number there, a great percentages regarding to the passing of PLE 2017. And on that note, we cannot forget the 25,500 whereby UNEP has held the examination results over malpractices. Now, when we get back after this very short break, Patricia Lukoma is going to be taking you through with our very own Nafka Farida, giving us more of those details. Stay with us. Glad you're still watching, and I believe detailed analysis there regarding the PL results being back, the 2017 results being back. You had a great introduction there as Farida was taking you through our very own reporter, and as Patricia was taking you through as well. Now, in more news, there we're having NRM candidate Moses Kashima Mugabe winning the Ruhama parliamentary by-election against the 3 independents. The returning officer in Tungamo District, Robert Abene, declared the result at about midnight this morning. The winner, Moses Kashima Mugabe, pledges to work with all members in the constituency for development. This is the 11th time by-elections are held, where elections are held since the national elections in 2016. The ruling NRM has so far won about 7 of them, and then the rest 4 are taken by independents.
As a returning officer for Ntungamo Electoral District, and in accordance with Section 58, subsection 1 of the Parliamentary Elections Act, I declare Kashima Moses Mugabe, who has obtained the largest number of votes, the elected member of Parliament, Ruhama County Constituency, Ntungamu District.
Congratulations and celebrations when I tell everyone that you're in love with me.
Congratulations, Mr. Kashima Moses Mugabe.
I thank the voters who have elected me as their member of parliament, and I call on those who have been contesting with me to cooperate with me and join me in the leadership of the people. And this is the beginning. We are hopeful that we shall take Ruhama to the next step.
The people made a choice. They weighed the candidates. They made a decision, and as far as democracy is concerned, we respect people's choice. They chose Mugabe, Kashima, Moses, and the people's.
I'm very happy that finally the truth has come out. Kashima was number 2 after Zimbabwe, and we always say in the party, discipline is the best thing. He stood behind the Zimbabwe, now Ruhama has run him for his discipline.
The party has delivered, and that is what is expected of us as leaders of the party.
Jubilation there in Ruhama after the by-election results. Now, moving on into the health sector, the public outcry of blood shortage at Uganda Blood Transfusion Services has attracted many donors, raising hope of overcoming the crisis. Mukunde Michael, the Central Coordinator Blood Recruitment Campaign, says on average 40 units are collected daily, attributing it to public engagement on non-school-going communities.
That school holidays have had an impact on blood collection at Uganda Blood Transfusion Service is no longer news.
Around this season from November up to February mid, we usually have challenges of collections of blood as our largest blood donor-based secondary schools go on a long recess.
The good news is that the public announcement calling on the public to donate blood and save a life or two has yielded results.
So this time around, we are engaging the communities, the non-school going communities, to bridge the gap. Numbers have increased. Every day we get over 40 blood donors on this fixed site here at the headquarters. But also we have mobile teams, mobile blood collection teams out at different sites since Monday when we launched the campaign.
The campaign has not spared public figures, including State Minister for Works, General Katumba Wamala, who donates blood every year.
This is my 57th time. I've donated blood for 57 times. You never know who will receive that unit. So I think it's important that all of us respond positively to this campaign.
Katumba, who joined others to give blood, wants other Ugandans to emulate his own example and that of others to make the campaign a success.
When the time you donate this unit, you never know who will receive that unit. So I think it's important that all of us respond positively to this campaign.
We see that people get challenges when they lack blood, when they need blood transfusion. That's why I got involved in voluntarily donating blood every 3 months.
Well, I would appeal to the public to take this as a national concern, that there's lack of blood.
Currently, Uganda Blood Transfusion Service has partnered with National Social Security Fund to ensure blood availability at all times of need. Henry Okrut, UBC.
When did you get this extension?
Thanks, Henry, for the story and a good example there we've had. So it's a call to all Ugandans as regarding the blood shortage. Moving on, the Namagarek of Uganda, Sylvia Najinda, wants parents and guardians to involve children in programs that train young ones into good citizenry. She was addressing the 12th edition of Chisakati Gatonya 2018 at a St. Joseph of Nazareth, Kavule in the PG district.
The Namagarek of Uganda, Sylvia Najinda, says the increasing problems in the country are caused as a result of the youth not being patriotic. She recommends programs like Chisakati, which can solve problems of peace and governance. The Queen Mother was visiting the 12th edition of Chisakati Gatonya 2018 at St. Joseph of Nazareth in Kavule, PG district, where 500 children of between ages 6 to 18 are being trained in culture, discipline, and domestic work, among other values, accompanied by Nalinya Agnes Navaloga and officials from Namagareka Development Foundation. They visited various activities, which included sports and domestic work. The Namagareka encouraged parents to train children in local language, among other cultural norms.
That we're having in the world today. It's more of a prevention, more so than waiting for issues to happen. Because once a child has Ubuntu Bulam, then they're also in a position to make better decisions when they are much older. Therefore, these decisions that they make will keep them away from vices of drugs.
I've learned how to greet, I've learned how to peel, I've learned how to associate with people, I've made friends, how to be with people in the environment.
This year's Chisakati Gatonya 2018, that closes this Sunday, is running on the theme Obuntu Bulamu Butandikira Kunze. Badonya Cosmos and Salon Kasibanti for UBC News.
In other news, Father Chegando was murdered on 12th January 1973, but the state said it was due to natural causes. Although church-state relations may not always be smooth, some critics have in the past paid in their lives as a story of Father Clement Chegando, who was editor-in-chief of the Catholic-found church newspaper, Muno. Geoffrey Tony Owana has details on this.
On 12th January 1973, the Roman Catholic Church in Uganda and the media fraternity learnt with shock of the murder of Father Clement Chegando. The 45-year-old Catholic priest was also editor-in-chief of the Catholic Luganda daily newspaper, Muno. His undoing was in publishing articles that must have annoyed President Idi Amin Dada, and the rest is history. Father Chegando's child remains were found in his red Peugeot 404, and he was only identifiable by the priestly collar. The manhunt for him was led by his assistant at Muno, Simon Mwebe, and they located the priest's remains in Namave Forest. This former dumping site of thousands of those murdered during earlier regimes has become an industrial park under the National Resistance Movement. Simon Mwebe was ordered to publish in Muno that Father Chegando had died of natural causes, but Mwebe refused. He published the story as he gathered it, and miraculously Mwebe was not killed and is staying in Chengera, Wakiso district. Archbishop Emmanuel Nsubuga, who led the funeral service on 16th January 1973, described Father Clement Chegando as a courageous man ready to die in defense of the truth. He was laid to rest at the Rubaga Cathedral Cemetery, where I was over Christmas 2017. I was in Primary 5 at Savio Junior School, Kisubi, when state agents murdered Father Chegando, and the information I've shared with you comes from Fred Sechito's great book titled Breaking News, and from Drake Simogerere Sekeba's The Media Bullets. President Yoweri Museveni occasionally exchanges strong words with some of our spiritual leaders.
Especially those who say they are religious. They could do well to remember what Jesus taught us in the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 5. It says, "Blessed are the humble, for they shall inherit the earth." Should be humble. Don't pretend to know everything. Just be humble. Give an opinion. Maybe you are right, maybe you are wrong.
But we are all fortunate that unlike during past regimes, words do not kill and do not cause anyone to be killed. Tony Geoffrey Owana and Herbert Semiano, UBC TV Political Desk.
They talk most authoritatively on all and everything, even when they have not bothered to find out the truth.
Thanks for staying with us. Now taking you through business this lovely day. Commercial banks in Uganda are embracing the inter-switch banking system to extend services across the country. Addressing the press after signing a partnership agreement with Interswitch Uganda, the head of products and projects at Diamond Trust Bank, Hussein Omar, said digitalizing banking services through Interswitch benefit banks and their clientele.
We've had a digital strategy. We've had massive changes that we've done across the last few years, which has led us to join into Interswitch. And Interswitch, it's not that we are joining them now. We've been with Interswitch in many services. It's only that we have not joined the ATM section for it. So this is specifically a launch for the ATM, that we are now part of the ATM family. Into that, joining into this one means that our customers are able to access, which is the basic need of banking, which is cash withdrawal, or sometimes to do deposit as well. They can access it across any bank that is on Interswitch.
Each bank has its own strategy in terms of the directions they want to take. This has been a discussion we've had for some time, and I think when the time became right, then we felt it's time to join. I am sure the other banks will come along as they would like to reduce on their setting up new branches, and Interswitch provides a platform for them to share the available resources. So other than setting up brick and mortar branches, Interswitch network provides them no alternative to reach customers in locations where the banks do not even have branches.
That is as far as digital innovation is concerned. Now, more into business. Government ministries, the departments and agencies should embark on constructing their own premises rather spend billions of public funds annually on rent. While gracing over the groundbreaking ceremony of the PPDA and the Uganda Road Fund head offices in Kampala, Matia Kasaija, the finance minister, disclosed that her government pays over 100 billion shillings as rent for the MDAs per annum. This, he says, is unacceptable since most of the public entities own land and property.
Government spends over 100 billion shillings annually in paying rent for its ministries, departments and agencies. This is a huge amount of money which is growing exponentially, laments Matia Kasaija, the Minister for Finance, Planning and Economic Development.
Government has realized that we cannot continue spending this 100 billion every year in rent. I know the business community who have put up buildings, we may feel uncomfortable with that, but don't worry, the economy is growing. Many people are coming into this country, and definitely space will be needed by even the private sector themselves.
He raised the concern at the groundbreaking ceremony of the multi-billion shillings PPDA and Uganda Road Fund House on Plot 39, Nakasero Road. His sentiments are re-echoed by engineer Monica Ntege, the Minister for Works and Transport.
When you have your own property and you are staying on that property, you are not putting that money in somebody's kitty. You use those funds to develop other areas.
The 51 billion shilling structure is the first of its kind in Uganda, where two government agencies are developing offices jointly. According to PPDA, the Twin Tower 10-storied building will help improve internal capacities to deliver performance of public procurement.
It will save government tremendous amounts of funds that we have been spending on the rent, both PPDA and URF. And we are going to demonstrate to the country that actually we can partner, entities can partner to construct office and save further government expenditure on the rent.
Most MDAs in Uganda own land. However, failure or reluctance to invest in the construction of a permanent home means government will continue paying rent to private developers and building owners for years to come. In 2020, the exact place where I'm standing right now will be the new home of PPDA and Uganda Road Fund. The building that will be constructed here will be a major milestone in government's effort to save money and reinvest the money in different projects. Dennis Igoa for UBC News in Kampala.
Time to look at what's happening in sports, and with POOL, the Pool Association of Uganda, publicist Dennis Ngobi has confirmed that the association will this weekend host its awards gala at which excellence will be rewarded. Ngobi says that on top of awarding champions, Ron's and CKI among the ladies individual that boast statistics will also be decorated, including respective league top scorers. The association will also release the top 8 ranked players in both genders. These ranked players get various privileges, notably exempting men from the grueling National Open Pool Tournament qualifier.
UBC TV is the only public broadcaster of choice.
We inform, educate, guide, and entertain.
We bring you news as it is, wherever it is happening, in real time.
We take you faraway places, from border to border.
We keep you up to date wherever you are.
In the languages of Kiswahili, Luganda,
and English.
UBC TV, inspiring Uganda.
Well, that's it from us here this 12th day of January 2018. And of course, it has been an interesting night.
Very amazing, being a ladies' night, and of course, all the details we had for them as far as today's activities.
Ladies' night, but we lost in PLE. Sad story. Well, that's it from us here. I'm Patricia Lokoma.
And I'm Sandra Kavaniagawa.
And of course, on sign language there, we had Elizabeth Nakakoni to take you through the bulletin. Thank you so much for being a part of us. From now, from us, we say good night.
It's a good night and a beautiful weekend ahead.
It has